This is Right Side Trader. Today is June 22nd, 2026, and this is going to be a trade that I put on, you know, every week. Sometimes it may be Monday, sometimes it may be another day. This is all for educational purposes. Only no trade recommendation because, as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. This is something that I'm going through to see if I can just want to be able to clear $1,000 a month, $250 a week, placing a couple of trades a week. I like to do one on the SPX since SPX is something that I trade pretty consistently. I've done with my trade already this morning. And I also will end up choosing a stock to actually trade. And I'm a bullish trader, so most of the times I'm going to be doing a put spread, selling puts. Very seldom you're going to see me buying calls or doing anything like that with my bullish strategy that I'll be doing, or doing a debit spread, anything like that. So just letting you know right up front. And now you look for stocks that to me look like they're in a bullish pattern, and I'll be able to make some money based on them just going up in options. And I'll also be using options. I'll be looking for options to expire on me, or I'll be able to take part of that credit on those options in order to make the money that I want to make. But one of the trades that I want to do every week, let me change this to a 5-minute time frame instead of that crazy time frame there. One of my friends that trades, they like that time frame and they like looking at that. So I need to look at the same thing that they're looking at to make sure I see what they see. And we're all done for the morning. All right, so on the SPX trade that we're going to do, again, I'm going to try to always, again, I think it's going to be pretty bullish. I think we're going to continue going up. So again, I'm going to always try, most of the times, if it looks like that, I want to take this spread trade that I did, you've seen me do before. And I'm at a 0.2 delta. Let me bring up my little pencil thing. So I'm going to be doing 2 trades here. I'm going to be doing a 0.2 delta, 5 wide instead of the 10 wide, and I'm looking to get, I wish I can get around $250 or more. These are 0-day options that I'm going to be doing, so I look for this thing to be done by the end of the day. These things can go really, really bad on you if you're wrong. That's the only thing. And right now I can see that the market is kind of dropping. So that's why I'm being a little patient here and all on this trade. So my delta is changing on me right here. Delta is right here. So I'm looking at this column here to see what delta I want to pick. And I want to pick around a 0.2 delta. So, and since it's dropping, I'm going down here to a 75, and I see 75 is way down here at my support 1 line. So I'm willing to take that, and look like the market had a little support back there before, so I'm kind of okay with that. So let me go ahead and see if we can go ahead and place this trade, because again, with it dropping and volatility going up, it's not a bad time to do it. But I'm going to go down here, like I say, to 75, and let's see what we get. I'm going to do a sell. Oh, and I say the thing is, I usually do more than 1 contract too, because again, this is going to be on an account that has like $15,000 to $30,000 in it. It's not a small account, but it's not a big account either. 1 contract will give me $100. And let's do this trade. Let's go ahead and do this trade. See, it's at 10 contracts. It's where I really want to do it at. Buying power is $4,000 to collect $1,000. I'm only going to look to keep 50% of that. That's going to give me the half of the money that I want for the month. So that's why I do these trades like this. And if I need to take a lesser amount, I can. I can take, just maybe instead of trying to close this, I'm collecting. The thing is, I'm getting $1,000. Now I can close, and I'm getting $1 credit, and this thing is probably changing on me. Let me go back here and take a look at this. Let's see what's happening here, because again, I don't want this delta slipping on me. I see this market is slipping on me, and I'd rather be further out of the money than too close. And let's change these strikes a little bit. Let's change it to 20, and I'll just give me a couple of more. You should give me more than that. And it's beginning to push up a little bit. Let's drop down. I prefer to be down here. Maybe let's do a sell vertical. I drop down to the 74.70 strike vertical. We're only getting 65 cents. Let's go back to that 75 strike. 75, and we don't want to be 10 wide. 75, 70. And it's only giving me 60 cents there too. 55, the market must be getting ready to push back up. Let's go 70. And again, one of the other things you got to be concerned with here, I'm still kind of watching the market up there. And I see it flashing green and red on me. I would like to get a little bit more on that. Let's go back to edit. But 70 cents is probably it. And I can close that for 50 cents and get $2. I mean, 20 cents, which is $200. So I'm watching this. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and do this. That's a lot, though. You know, that's a lot if this thing goes bad. That's why I'm a little hesitant about this. And I would be hesitant about it if I was actually trading it on a live account. Let's see if we can get feel for this thing, though. Here, that's 70 cents because it's beginning to move in the direction. It did get here and kind of bounce for us. There we go. We got filled, and we got filled at our 70 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my closing trade right now and all on this trade. And I like going to my monitor tab to do that. My monitor tab, I can look at my filled orders. And let's close it. Let's try to close it for 50% and all. So closing it for 50% of the credit that we actually received, that'll be closing it for 35 cents. That means we'll be making $350 on the trade, which I'm definitely okay with. That gives us all the money that we really want to get for the week, and any commissions that may be on that trade, it'll cover those commissions too. And all. So I'll just do an opposite order. I do a right click, then opposite order. And it pops up, and I want to change this to 35 cents and all. So it's got a little ways to go to get to that 35 cents. You see, and that's the other thing about these trades. A lot of times, this happens in the live account. You can get sometimes you can get that high feel and all, and then you can close it like right away and make $100, $150 right quick, or $200. You know, again, but it's a lot of money at risk in order to do that. So again, that's why a lot of people don't like doing that. But me, I don't mind. And but I'm going up. Seems like let's edit. I want to do that at 35, not 30. And we can see the market is beginning to drop on us again because you can see the prices going up again. And right there, that's the maximum loss. It says it's $350. We know that's the maximum that we're going to actually make. That's half of what it is. Our maximum loss is that $460-something right there is what we can actually lose or more. But let's go ahead and do this then. And we got that out there. We got that trade already set. That trade is set now. And all we're going to be waiting for now on this particular trade is just that the market stays above the 74.75. We don't need the market to go below that. So we're good until this thing closes. It probably won't close while we're on the call here, but while I'm doing this video. But I'm kind of expecting it to close there. I'll set up an alert at 7,500 because again, I don't want the market to go below 7,500 again, and all. And if that happens, maybe I'll start thinking about rolling this thing out or something. But let's go ahead and do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Go here to the chart, and it's pushing back up. So this thing may close even while we're on here. We got it in 7,500. Let me just do a right click, create an alert, and I want if it goes below 7,500, 500. And that's it. That's pretty much all I really want to do there. There, I got an alert. I like putting it didn't change it. Look like it didn't change it. That's one of the things. Let's go replace. Jeez. And let's say create. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, it ended up. Wow. The market did something crazy, and we're out of that spread trade already. This may not happen in your live account, but I have had it happen in my live account around this certain time right here. So we already have made that $350 on that one trade. Say $350 minus any commissions and all. This thing doesn't put in commissions, so that is done and all. So that's how quick and easy this thing can be. Usually it takes a little bit longer. Usually it's usually at 10 o'clock and at the latest 11 o'clock. But as we can see, now let me just show you one other thing. I'm going to show you one other thing here right now. If I say try to do duplicate order, and I have to unlock it, and you can see that the market is actually trading there already. That's why I like I like waiting a little bit of time after like 9:35, 9:40, but I like putting it on before 9:40, because again, you usually get that crazy stuff happening in the market anywhere from 9:40 to 9:50, which actually close these trades. And look at there. See, so even though this is a virtual trade, if you had placed this trade live in the market, no trade recommendation, this trade would have failed and all, based on what I'm seeing. There's a high probability that this trade would have failed, put it that way, and all, because I've seen it happen before in the live account. But that's that. I just want to show you this. This is the thing that I like looking at myself. Wow, that happened really fast. Is the market really there? Yes, the market was really there, and the market was really below that. Sometimes they failed, and the thing is, though, in a live account, sometimes they failed and sometimes they don't. That's the only thing. So you have to be, again, that's why I say no trade recommendation. You need to practice this and see how your broker is going to handle these things and all. But I know a couple of my brokers, I get feels on these things. I guess on a couple of my brokers, I get filled on these things. But again, like this morning, I placed a trade and I only got a partial fill, though. Again, I was doing 10 contracts and all. And I was okay even with the partial fill. I kind of left it out there, and the market was moving up on me. I said, okay, I can still make the money with the number of contracts that I have, make the money that I like to make on these trades with the number of contracts that I have. And also, I let the market ramp up, and and still I made the money. I made the money that I wanted to make on the trade. So that's the other thing. You just got to get in the game and all a lot of times. But that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and look at this other trade that I want to place and all for the week. And the other thing, the ideal thing on this other trade that I like placing, it has to have weekly options. It's one of the criteria. The other thing that I'm looking for something that looks looks bullish to me on the chart and all. There's a Right Side Trading has a nice platform now where you can actually use it to let you know if it has a bullish sentiment or not. And of course, that's the whole thing. I want something that has a bullish sentiment on it at this time. And maybe for the seasonality, the Right Side Trading platform also has where it can tell you the seasonality of that particular stock that you're getting ready to trade. Is it going to be in an uptrend? So that's another big plus. I need to get where I'm going to show that a little bit and all. But I didn't even look at it this morning. I mean, I'm so used to just looking at the charts, and I can just look at the charts, and I'm okay with that because I've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, and I can see what I want to see just by looking at the charts. So, but I'm gonna look at a couple of these, let you see what I see. First of all, I go to a weekly chart. It's where I start off at. I start off with a weekly chart, and on this weekly chart, what I'm gonna be looking for, do I see a bullish sentiment in the particular ticker that I'm looking at? And I'm going to look at 3 different ones. I'm trying to decide which 3 I'm going to look at right now because I had a list of 10 here and all, but I'm going to just look at 3 of them. And the first one that I'm going to look at is NNE. Boom. This one is a $27 stock. And now you can kind of say, what do you see here? I can see, number one, if you can see my screen, I wish I could. I know it's another little tool that I would love to have. Right here, it gave me kind of like a morning star, and it didn't get confirmation, and it's below my VWAP line. It is still below the 50 line too. This would be the 50 and the 200. It would be the 200 line. This red line. So again, it's kind of cautious about should I try selling something below this or not. The other thing is, it does have weekly options, so that's one of the things that I like. The other thing that I like about these options are kind of juicy. I can do 2 or 3 of these contracts, look to close it for 50%, and I would make that $250 that I want to make on this trade. So that's what I'm looking at. So again, the options look good. They're juicy. They're really kind of little juicy options and all. But the location of where it's at sitting right now is not the best location for me, what I want to do right now. But it's just not the best location. I would play it, but it's just not the best location. And it hasn't been able to make that turnaround yet. So that was that's one. So I kind of like giving. Now another one that I was looking at is MARA, and again I did this one because it's kind of related to Bitcoin stuff and the crypto world, which I really don't. It's not that big of a deal to me, but the crypto world might be in a position where it's getting ready to turn around, and this thing here, as you can see, has turned around. And so I kind of like it, and it's not that expensive. It's only $16 a share, so doing one contract is what, $1,600 and all. So, and the options are not that bad and all, but this thing is in a nice steady upthing, and these are weekly options. So now I don't mind doing 10 of these and all. I don't mind doing 10 of these. That'll be $16,000, yes, and all, and getting $650. But then I'll be able to close this option for that $300 and some dollars, you know, $325 and all, to get half of that and all, and I'm okay with that, because I said, because this thing is giving me kind of like the setup that I like to see. It's above my moving averages. It's in a nice bullish trend and all, and earnings is far enough way out where I won't be getting anything. And maybe since it's earnings is on its way out and everything's turning around, this thing might continue just to drift on up. I kind of like this one and all. And as you can see, this one looks good. This one definitely looks good. And right now, selling a 16 is right at the money or in the money. And I don't mind. I don't mind that. That's one of the things that I look at. But I said I was going to look at three. Let's look at one right now. This one looks like the best one to me. I like this one. But we're going to look at one more because these were two low dollar ones. Now let's look at one that I think is a little bit more expensive. Maybe that some people don't like trading these low dollar stocks for whatever reason. But it's all about making money, and is it giving you the setup and the pattern that you want in order for you to believe that you can make money on it and all. But this one right here is CRDO, Credo Technologies, and they're into a connectivity type stuff. It's going crazy, that's the whole thing. I'm looking at it again, as you can see. I'm just looking at weekly charts. This thing has been going for a while. It has gotten past earnings and all, and it's continuing to run. It has crazy juicy options and all. It's an expensive stock. In order to sell one of these contracts, you need, if I was selling it at the money, you need $30,000 in order to do that. That's the maximum amount of money that I really want to use on a trade for this account that I'm actually doing these in. So I would actually drop down out of the money somewhere. And I thought I had let me change this up, because when I was looking at this earlier, 3.0, I was quite a bit out of the money, because again, I didn't want to. This one I wasn't going to sell at the money. Let's go 40, because I'm still not seeing where. Yeah, if I do one of these, I'm gonna do it way. Where is it? It was 260. These options have changed quite a bit since then. Maybe I would do it. I would do it at a 270 and a 275. 275 is going to put this thing somewhere down here in this area, in this gap area. So if it does end up coming back down and gap and want to close the gap and then go back up, I've been through that before. But I will kind of be okay with that. But this is the last one that I like. But still, looking at this one and looking at this one now, that's a lot of money. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about, because some of you may not understand the numbers. Like I said, that'll be $26,000 in order to sell one contract. Let's go through sell. And like I said, I'm always looking at bullish trades. Contract, and we're definitely not going to do 10. We're going to put it down to 1. Went too far. And let's do a confirm and send. See, doing a confirm and send to make $300, although it's going to happen this week, and that's you're way out of the. We're going to look at the delta on the trade itself, because usually I'm just looking at. I want to be way out. I'm looking at the chart more so than even the delta on these big ones like this. I want to be at a point where, yeah, I don't mind owning it, but if I get it, I want to make sure I get a good deep discount price, and I'm at a price where I expect these things to bounce, or if it comes down and close that gap, yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of heat, but I expect this thing to continue back to the upside where I can start selling calls on it too, maybe $10 out of the money, and also I would make money on the option that I sell, and then I'll turn around and start selling stuff $10 above. So that's an extra $10 on 10 times 100. That's an extra $1,000 plus whatever I'll be able to get for these juicy options that I'm selling. You know, so it's not a bad trade, but it's not something that I'm gonna do at this time in this particular account and all. So that's that, and that's what that again, like I said, maximum loss. That's the money required buying power effect, $25,000, and it's a $30,000 account, and it's only for today, so I'm kind of okay with that and all. So that's not a big deal for me. That's not a big deal for me. So I would be okay with that in another account. So let me go ahead and delete that. And let's go back to the one that I said I will do. The one that I'm looking to do is the MARA one. You know, usually I'm not a crypto guy. I into the whole Bitcoin thing and all. But it's all about making money. And if you can see something that you can make money on, take it. You know, that's just what it's all about. So let's zoom on in here a little bit and all. Let's zoom back down here. Let's change this back down to like 14 because I'm gonna be right at the money on this sucker, and all. And as you can see, it is pushing up. We can go down to a daily chart right now since this is the one that we've decided to actually trade, and let you see what it looks like here, and all. And as you can see today, this thing is actually pushing up pretty good. I'm gonna go with a 16.5 on this. Actually, I don't. Again, something for the week and something that's looking as strong as it looking, I'm okay with that. And I'm already crossing R3, so I'm already crossed the point where this thing should have pushed back. This thing is just a very strong bullish stock at this time. It looks like that, you know, and it's something based on how it's been trending to the upside. I know I got a lot of crap on here that probably might be. Let me edit these. And I'm going to change these to like weekly or something. That would clean that up. Apply. That looks a little bit better. And okay. And my other little things, I will hide those at this time. Because again, I want you to be able to see. Let's just hide that study there. Now, all you see is my pivots and some moving averages. This thing is above the moving averages, which is good. It has shown that it did a pullback already, and it's on its back first day back to the upside, and which is good. It has broken its previous highs, which is good. So again, this thing has checked the checklist. I have checked everything off. I am ready to go with this particular one, and it's not that expensive and all. But let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm selling a put is what I'm doing. So I'm saying I'm willing to own this stock, you know, at the price that I sell this put at. If the price comes back, doesn't right now, since I'm actually selling it in the money, if it doesn't get above that price, I'm willing to be an owner of this stock, you know. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm kind of, see, it's not many of us that do stuff like this. The open interest is only 5. There's 90 right here. Seems like a better place to actually do this trade would be at 16. That's where the highest volume is at and all at this time. Doing it where I'm doing it at, it's probably not the best trade for most people, but the way I trade and aggressive as I am, and I don't mind holding things for a while anymore, and I would do this trade. And again, this is an option where I know it's going to expire this week, and if it doesn't work, I end up becoming owner of this. I don't mind, you know, having, you know, this amount of money, half of my account, you know, in this one position, and I'll be turning around and selling a call right away on it for the next week. That's why, again, I want weekly options. If I get where I don't want to get where I'm holding things for too long, and all in this particular account, because in this particular account, I'm trying to generate cash to be able to withdraw and live off of, you know. So that's what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and do this trade right quick, and I do want to do it at 10. And I do a confirm and send, and like I say, $15,000 in order to the buying power effect that it's going to be is $15,000. So I'm okay. I'm looking to make $800 on this trade. And the other thing is, I will close this trade at 50%. I'm gonna close this trade at, you know, 40 cents. You know, if it gets there. Because again, I really don't want to use my capital holding stock. I want to use my capital to generate cash, you know, in this account. So let's go ahead and do this right quick. And I'll send and see if it actually fills. It was kind of like midway point, and it's not a lot of volume here. So again, this thing may not fill right away. And in a virtual account, I should just thrown it at 78 cents just to get a feel. and all, since there's not that much open interest here and there's not much volume going on here, and it's there. It did feel cool, and it filled that 83 cents. That may not happen. Account, I'll tell you that right now. You're probably gonna be close to mid, or maybe you would have to actually execute this trade at the bid in order to get it filled. So let's give you that right up front. And again, like I said, none of this is a trade recommendation. This is just an experiment for me to see what's going on and showing you what's possible out here. But I'm gonna go ahead and set up that closing trade, create closing order. All I do is right click on my position, and like I say, I'm gonna close it for 40 cents. That way I collect 45 cents on the trade. That's $450 that I actually click on this trade. So now between the two trades that I've done today, actually would get me that $1,000, or close to that $1,000 that I want to get a month. That's the whole thing. So it's not hard to clear 1,000 a month, with these two strategies that I'm using. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and have to make this a good until cancel, which is to the end of the week. But you want to just make sure you don't have. I don't want to come back and look at it. Bottom line, I'll look at it, and if I see something crazy going on, maybe I'll change it and get out then. But that's it. Go ahead and do a confirm and send. Verify that everything looks right, and blah blah blah. It doesn't look right. See, it's at 85 cents. It should be at 40 cents. So we go back and edit. Let's unlock it. Let's make sure this thing acts right on it. That's why you gotta always check this stuff. I'm gonna set it for 40 cents. I don't know if I actually changed it. Let's do a confirm and send. There, that's better. $400. $400 is what we're looking at. 40 cents. So we sold it for 85 cents. We're going to be closing it for 40 cents. So we'll be making 45 cents on the trade. With 10 contracts, that's $450. That we're actually looking to make on the trade. And I'm going to go ahead and send that out there. And that's our closing order. And let me just verify this. Let me do a cancel replace. Make sure I did put a good until cancel on there. Yes, it's a good until cancel. All right, so we're all set, and that's pretty much it. I'll come back and when these things, well, the SPX trade, that's why I love that trade. That SPX trade closed on us already. This trade is a little bit longer trade and it may not close until tomorrow or later in the week. And when it closes, I'll throw another video out there on it to let you know how it went. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to share here today. And until our market review and the review of this, other than that, I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and hope to see you guys on Friday or later in the week when I actually close this thing. Other than that, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.